The No Fate channel, checking in. And today I wanted to have a heart-to-heart about the future of obstacle course racing. First and foremost, if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. On this series, on this channel, I am dedicated to helping you dads and moms be great parents to your kids and still accomplish your own personal goals. When I first started this channel, a lot of my personal goals involved obstacle course races, and I tackled a number of them. If you're interested in seeing some of those videos, I will link them in the description of this video and at the end of this video. But recently, we know what's going on in the world. Everything has been shut down, closed off. 2020 is a wrap. It's basically a fast forward until 2021 before any live events are taking place. And the last vestige of hope was going to be the Bonefrog Challenge obstacle course race. They had gotten permits for September, middle September, to be here in Massachusetts. They got permits, approval, and then they sent out a whole bunch of emails asking people to sign up, coupon codes, the whole 9 yards. And what do you know? The health department shut them down. So I want to quickly talk about obstacle course race future. I want to talk about virtual races, and more importantly, I want to talk about doing the right thing as a business. So first and foremost, it stinks that Bonefrog virtual race got shut down. Knowing Massachusetts, the governor was pretty strict with regards to opening and with regards to mass gatherings. Very, very strict in Massachusetts, at least compared to some of the southern states. So I definitely was cautious about whether this event was going forward. Certainly was hopeful when they got permits and they sent out all these emails that they got permits and signed up. Unfortunately, I was not surprised when they then had to cancel because the health department shut them down. My concern though is then, was that a money grab? Was that one of those, they assumed it was going to be shut down, but they wanted to grab people's money so that when they canceled and were forced to cancel, they then were able to just tell people to take that race that they had paid $100+ for and put it into a virtual race, or to, bank that race for a future 2021 race that may or may not happen. And I think that's a shame. I really think that companies, that entities need to just do a full refund of that money. I know times are tough for everybody, and certainly for obstacle course race companies out there. It's hard to get any money, and it's even worse to have to give it back after you've gotten it. But frankly, telling people to take, like not a refund check, but like a pay it forward check, or to put it towards a virtual race, that's really not honest business. They certainly should give people the option of putting it towards a virtual race or a future 2021 race, and maybe give them a little bit of a bonus if they choose that option. But they definitely need to put the option on the table to refund people's money, because they paid for, signed up, and went through all the process of having the expectation of a live event, and that's what they wanted, and they obviously didn't get it. I will say, if you're one of those people that have signed up for a live event and they were canceled, whether that's Bonefrog, Spartan Race, or any of the others, I would certainly say try to get your money back. One of the easiest ways, if you paid by credit card, is to call your credit card company up and dispute the charge. Explain the situation honestly, and I guarantee you within a few weeks you will get that money back credited to your credit card account. Now, was the Bonefrog dishonest in doing this? I don't know. I don't know their intentions, and I don't know their expectations. I'm sure they wanted this event to go forward, and they probably had, at least initially, a good expectation that it would go forward based on the fact that it is outside, social distancing. The numbers of the V have come substantially down, especially in the New England area. But regardless, to tell you that then you can take that $100+ and put it towards a virtual race, not quite right. Now let's talk about the future of obstacle course racing in general. When I first started doing obstacle course races, they were all the craze, and this was quite some time ago, and they were so much fun. So much fun, and they blew up in popularity with Toughmudder just kind of exploding, and then the Spartan Race kind of going out hard in the paint with regards to being the biggest name in the industry. And frankly, there was a big amount of competition, and now there's almost no competition. We already talked in a previous video, I discussed how Toughmudder essentially had to file for bankruptcy. There was a dispute with the owners, and in long story short, that another entity is going to eventually own the Toughmudder for whatever they end up doing with it, if there's anything to even salvage from the Toughmudder race and name and all that good stuff. I know the Spartan Race has closed down for 2020, and they're onto virtual races as well. And unfortunately, they're doing the same thing with pushing people's money forward into 2021. And I know a number of people that have like 15 or 20 credits for future races that may not even happen. When 2021 finally gets here, I think you are going to see a lot of companies, especially the smaller companies, not host many or any live events. Now, they might not officially roll up the sidewalk and call it a day and file bankruptcy or just cease to exist, but they will most likely not have any live events and probably just host their obstacle course race, keep their name alive via virtual events and, online training stuff that requires very little initial investment to post the stuff online on the web. It is sad to see, I think, with regards to the biggest name in obstacle course racing, the Spartan Race, they're probably going to be pretty tight too with regards to money, because obviously the big money makers for them are those live events, especially, not only the live events, but the Fenway events, the ones that they do at the baseball parks, bring in tons of money and tons of people buying swag, buying stuff, and it allows them even to pull in sponsors for their products. So the sponsors pay money to the Spartan Race to then give out free stuff to competitors. So I'm even nervous about the biggest one in the building, Spartan Race, whether they're going to just roll up entirely or if they're going to really limit their events to the ones that just make the most amount of money. But regardless, I think pushing the payments for 2020 races onto 2021 and just telling people that they get a free credit, regardless of what the company is an absolute shame. Now, should you do a virtual race? And the answer is absolutely. Don't wait until a live event. Get a bunch of friends, do a virtual race. Probably the best one that I've done so far is the OCR Kings virtual race. I did that with a buddy, and what's cool about that is you can actually make up your own virtual race. Simple as that. So you can use the equipment, the space, and the stuff that you have available to you and your own imagination to kind of go out there, push yourself, have some fun, and then you can bring in a few friends, still socially distanced, but get a great workout in, finish out the obstacle course race, and then kick back a few wobbly pops with your buddies. I did mine with a buddy of mine, and we had a blast, and I think I was sore for like a week afterwards. But it's fun. You get a medal afterwards. It doesn't cost a lot of money. I'm a huge fan of virtual races in general because I think it helps you push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And even though it's not as fun as an in-person obstacle course race, it is better than nothing. And certainly trying to keep this obstacle course race, events, sports, whatever you want to call it, alive and well is fun. Is the right thing to do. I've had so much fun with obstacle course races. I really don't want to see them roll up shop. I think it would be good to see a bunch of companies try to take over the space and try to generate money in some form of fashion. There has to be a way to make money and raise demand, raise popularity for an outside event. And I certainly think in 2021, we're going to see outside events, live events outside where people can socially distance and create a good amount of space and get a lot of fresh air, are probably going to be a lot more popular than they were, just because people are still going to have the concerns about all the crazy stuff that has happened in 2020. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts with regards to the Bonefrog race closing up shop and not refunding people's money, with regards to obstacle course races pushing forward paid events to future credits, and regards to bankruptcy and what we are going to expect in 2021. Are there going to be any companies putting on obstacle course races live come 2021, or is it going to just be an absolute graveyard? Drop it in the comments below. If you've come this far in the video, do me a huge favor. Give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, check out my other obstacle course race videos if that's your bag. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. I am dedicated to helping you be a great parent to your children and still accomplish your own personal goals. I provide ideas and insights to help you save time, money, and your sanity. 3 things that are in short supply for every parent out there.